The West Antarctic Peninsula is one of the fastest warming areas on Earth. Protecting its unique ecosystem from climate change is a challenge.
For me, that's a real priority over the next several years. That is providing the scientific evidence to ensure that Antarctica is well looked after, that its ecosystems have a future, and that impacts Antarctica might have on us through, for example, ice sheet melt and so on, are mitigated and we adapt to them to the extent possible.
Professor Steven Chown is a biological scientist and expert on the biodiversity and conservation of Antarctic systems. His research has led to major advances in understanding the diversity of life in Antarctica and ways to mitigate the threat of environmental change.
As part of our research, we predicted that species from elsewhere might be able to establish on the Antarctic Peninsula right now, or certainly just with a bit of warming. And in 2012, we released a piece of research, and that year, an invasive species, the annual bluegrass, was detected for the first time exactly in the sites we predicted that the species would establish.
That research enabled Professor Chown to alert the Antarctic Treaty Parties to enable additional biosecurity. He was also instrumental in setting up an Australian-led international program called Securing Antarctica's Environmental Future, which seeks to provide scientific evidence to ensure that Antarctica's ecosystem has a future.
There's a lot of change that's already locked into the system, and it's essential for us to understand what the implications of that change is for us and how we can adapt to it.
Professor Chown says he's always had a love for nature, even as a child.
I was always fascinated by the natural world, completely obsessed, I would say.
Professor Chown came to Australia in 2012 to head the Department of Biological Sciences at Monash University. Today, he is internationally known as a leader in Antarctic conservation and science policy. His pioneering has seen him elected a Fellow of the Australian Academy of Science.
It's a tremendous honour, a huge privilege, and very exciting because the Academy opens all these windows and doors to new experiences, to new learning, and to people that one has never had the pleasure of interacting with before.